Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Samantha, is that her name? Samara Weaving, who's Margaret Robbie. I think she looks a lot like that. Kathryn Newton is also in it. Elijah Wood, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Shawn Hatsley, Hatsley, I don't know how you say his name. And I saw somebody else in here. Yeah, Kevin Durand is also in it. I don't know who else. I'm sure there's other people, but this is a sequel to Ready or Not. And actually, when I found out it was coming out, I went and watched it again. The original. So the original is how Samara Weavering's character is getting married. Very similar. I think it's something very bad is going to happen. You know what I mean? That's immediately what I thought of. I know I really enjoyed that show. So if you haven't checked it out, check it out. It's not the same, but in this case, they own a lot of games. They're a wealthy family, and they decide to play the game every time somebody gets married. They play hide and seek. Hide and seek is basically find her character and kill her. Right? If they do it by dawn, the family survives. If they don't, or if they do it by dawn, the family survives. If they don't, they all perish. Right? So now this is a sequel. After surviving one deadly game, Grace and her sister Faith must now outrun four rival families competing for the powerful throne. Winner takes all. So I assume that the powerful throne is people are coming after the gaming. I don't know, monopoly, not the monopoly game, but you know what I mean. All right. Anyway, I'm always a little dog, right? My dog. Just think about it now. If you've seen it, my dog looks like the dog in Monopoly. I didn't even think about that. Anyway, 6.7 on IMDb, 25,000 people rated so far. Dark comedy, splatter horror, comedy horror thriller. So I'm excited. So excited that I spent time watching the original. Didn't watch it all. I watched to get the premise of it and then the end to see what happens. So let's check it out and see what happens. Stick around. I'll be back. Hey everybody, read the credits of Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. And I don't know. I realized when I watch the other movie, I suggest that because it gets you right into it, and this picks up right where that last movie left off. So I enjoyed that aspect of it. I like that. I'm happy I saw what this was all about. I think I forgot the family had is like satanic, right? They worship the devil. That's the whole thing. I don't think I mentioned that in the beginning, but it refreshed me when I watched this one. That's what they're all about. They're all about worshiping the devil. And this one, she comes right out of the hospital. They say now there's this big clause that she has to be killed, and all these families can fight for the head seat. It's kind of silly. I don't know. I just and it reminded me of The Hunt, if you've seen that one, you know. So they're all chasing after her and her sister. And the interesting thing with her and her sister, she's Grace, and then her sister is Faith. Devil worshiping Grace and Faith, more religious names, whatever. I thought that was a cute thing. And I'm sure there's more things in there that I just missed, but that was one thing I picked up on. Normally I don't see that kind of stuff. So it's all that. It's them chasing them around and doing all that. And the other thing is they're estranged sisters, so it's the relationship. They don't like each other, whatever. Come back and save and everything. So spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, whatever. And what's his name? I forget his name. The guy. Uh, she's the main character with Sarah Michelle Gellar, who I thought it was great to see her again. That was awesome. I love seeing her out and making more movies. And this guy, I forget, he was an alpha dog. I forget his name, but I'm not looking it up because my camera's going crazy. It's shutting off and everything's doing weird. But anyway, he was in it. I thought he started off, I was like, I don't think this is the right character for him, but it flips, right? And so I thought he was great when he flipped over and became who I thought, like he plays other characters like that. So really good job there. I did like that. The whole thing, like at the end, I just didn't get it, right? I get you got to do some twists and turns, and this whole thing they're hunting them down for the seed. Sarah Michelle Gellar could have had her right then and there. Boom. There's so many times just get her out of the fridge. It's all over. You know what I mean? You don't have to do anything else. But they go through this whole marriage thing, and then they get married, and then boom. You know what I mean? I get it. That's the way you got to get her. And if you kill her, that doesn't give you the happy ending that we were looking for. So but that was the one thing I was like, when she comes out of the fridge, whack her. Or, once Sarah Michelle Gellar gets her alone in the bridal suite, whatever, whack her then. And then now she's the head person. So I don't know. One other thing I thought was interesting because this is like high-powered people, right? The guy had a ceasefire on TV. He controls everything. And that's what they say, you control the world. Isn't that like a nod to what we are hearing about, like the high-powered people in America? who control everything and maybe worship the devil. I don't know, but they do, kids and, well, I don't know. I don't want to get into all that, but that's all this conspiracy theory that's going on out here, and I just put it up on the screen. So I don't know. Sometimes I think movies are based on maybe real stuff. So, all right, that's it. I'm getting too deep. Hopefully, it was helpful. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.